Well, hello friends, and welcome back to OS Hacking. Today we're going to take a feature from my Mate desktop here and bring it to Serenity, because I always like this little thing where icons kind of light up a little bit when you hover over them, and it's used in places like this file manager list here and also on these buttons here. And then it doesn't happen for the toolbar buttons, which I think is a mistake. So we're going to do that as well. And basically, we're just going to light things up when we hover them, because I really think that that will bring the interface to life a little bit. So things like hovering over here with the cursor should light up the folder. Hovering these guys should light them up, and so on. Maybe the things down here. So I guess we can start with the buttons in the GUI. So GUI button, and where would that be? GUI button paint. So when we paint a button, if the button has a, some buttons don't have icons, but if it does, then we'll be here. So if it's enabled, then we'll blit it. If it's not enabled, then we'll blit it dimmed. So this is how we get that grayscale effect. Let me show you that actually. So these guys here, they are not enabled. So that's why they are in grayscale, because we're calling blit dimmed. So I think maybe we should just have some alternate thingy here where we'll like, if it's enabled and if it is hovered, then we'll call some like alternate blit function. So like blit lightened or something like that. Lighten or brighten. Which one is better? Lighten vs brighten. What is the difference? What is the difference indeed? To make brighter in color. To make brighter, clear, to illuminate. Brighten feels better. Yeah. To increase the luster of. Yeah, we want brighten. Blit brightened. So let's see. So we should probably implement this the same way blit dimmed works. So the way blit dimmed works right now is that it's just essentially a blit function. There's a lot of code duplication here. We should do something about that too. But in the interest of at least not duplicating this one more time, the way that it works is that it blends the source image into the destination buffer, and for each pixel it will apply a little filter. So we'll do source to grayscale and then call lightened on the color, which maybe we should call it brightened actually. It's a little weird, but maybe we can, let's see, so we'll have blit dim, blit brightened, and then maybe we can have like a blit filtered, where you can provide like an arbitrary filter. So a filter would be something that takes a color and returns a color, or maybe it takes a source and destination actually. So source, destination, and returns whatever. So this will make it possible to write an arbitrary filter that at least goes pixel by pixel. So we'll take this code, put that here, and then blit, this will be blit filtered. Oh my goodness, what happened? Filter red. Color, color, filter. What's implicit? Oh, we don't have the function header. Ack function. All right, so blit filtered. So instead of this hard-coded filter that we have here, now we gotta pass this stuff to the filter function. So that would be like wait, what's going on here? This is if alpha is, oh, if it's completely opaque. If the source pixel is completely opaque, then we don't blend. So this blending code is so not optimized. Like there's so much low-hanging fruit in this code if you wanted to make rendering faster. We're just doing extremely unoptimized C++ pixel by pixel. You could like easily 4x, probably 8x this stuff using some SIMD loops and stuff like that. But anyway, we don't care about that right now because we just want to get the feature. So to filter this, let's see. So for no alpha case, we'll just call filter source destination, wait, source X, destination X, color from RGBA. Okay, so what would the filter look like here? It would be split filtered, position, source rect, and then a color source, color dest, color, and it will return source to grayscale, light, and we can skip the destination thingy. Actually, maybe we should simplify the filter function to not pass the destination, because the destination is only really relevant for blending in this case, so that makes it a little easier to work with. Maybe I'll regret this, but then we can always change it later. So yeah, this is a lot easier to work with actually. Then all we need to do here is filter the source and take the raw value, because here we're just storing into an RGBA32 buffer. And then here we have to blend with filter on the source pixel. So I guess we can see if this still works. Let's just see if this still produces the correct grayscale effect for the disabled items. I have something crinkly in my pocket here. It's chewing gum. I'll take that out because it's making too much noise. Oh, I guess this is gonna rebuild quite a bit of stuff because of the painter changes. Okay, so now we have an undefined reference to blip brightened, because I never invented that. So let's see what that would look like. So I guess this would be sort of the same as blip dimmed, except let's just not do the grayscale part. So blip brightened could be blip filtered with no grayscalification. That's actually kind of neat. All right. Games. So I wonder if this will just work right away. That will be very nice. Then all of the item views, like the table view and stuff like that, it's going to be a little trickier because we currently don't know which item in the view is hovered, so we don't know like which item to brighten, so we got to figure that out. Also, this is kind of awkward that this is called brighten, this is called lightened, so I should change the name of that guy, but one thing at a time. Oh, and I don't want to do another full rebuild, actually, so maybe I'll, I'll do this one offline. Alright, come on now. I just want to see that it works. Maybe I should take the time to work on shared libraries someday. It would make this type of thing so much faster. Alright, so these are still looking good. And, oh, actually, and these totally light up. I wonder if it's too bright. It looks pretty good to me, but my screen is a little bit iffy with the color reproduction, but it does look good to me. Let me know if it's too bright. I like it. It's kind of a cool effect. So we should bring that effect to the item views as well, but let's see. Let's just commit this first. So libgfx, add painter, lit, brightened, and painter, oh, let's say filtered. And lit brightened. Lit filtered can be used to easily implement per pixel filtered split functions. All you need to do is provide a callback that will execute for each pixel. Execute that will compute, that can compute the color for each pixel based on original color. Alright, so that's okay. libgui, brighten buttons when hovering over them. I think this is going to be really neat. So for the item views, let's see, item view, mouse move event. So for item views, we can probably share the code with, because item view, tree view, table view, columns view, all of these guys, they all inherit from abstract view. So hopefully it would be cool if we could just put it here. So be something like, I don't know, like hovered index is index at event position. And then like if m hovered index is not hovered index, then we'll store it. And I guess repaint. And this should probably be handled after that. I think, yeah, okay, because we don't want to interfere with the dragging stuff. And then we just need to store that. So I think we can just make it a protected property, or protected member rather. Because then the subclasses can look at, whenever they're painting, they can just look, am I currently painting the hovered index? If so, just brighten the thing that we paint. So let's see. That will go to item view first, maybe, yeah. So when we paint these guys, so the way item view is painted, item view is it's like the default view that you see in File Manager. This here is item view. Sometimes I think maybe it should be called icon view, but then I never go and change it. So. But here it says icon view, even though it's a GUI item view. Anyway, so the way this is painted is that we just loop through the indices and compute the rectangle at which the index icon should be, and then we paint it. So this is, here we get the rects for the index that we're currently painting. And we also get an icon here by querying the data model. So if the icon, let's see, if, oh, this is scaling the bitmap. Do we need to do that? Is that a scaled? It's probably not scaled. I think that's an thumbnail at the correct size. But let's see. So if hovered index is valid, so we have a hovered index, and the hovered index is equal to the model index. That's the index here that we're looping at right now. So if that's the case, we will blit brightened bitmap rect. Oh, and blit actually just takes a location, takes a point, not a rect, because blit blit just blits the whole image, whereas draw scale bitmap, these names are weird. They're weirdly inconsistent. Draw scale bitmap takes a destination rect. So if you make the destination rect bigger than the bitmap is, then it will scale it so that it fills out the whole destination rect. Anyway, I feel like we could probably just use blit here, because I don't know why these guys have to be scaled. I think maybe they don't need to be. Libraries look GUI, and let's see, applications file manager, sync and run. I think the item view is really only used in the file manager and in the file picker at the moment. So, oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty nice. Very nice. And if we go in here, this thing is scale. It didn't need scaling. I thought maybe this guy would need scaling, but it seems to be okay. And actually, these things look like they're... Where does this get scaled up anyway? Bitmap for size. Are we scaling these guys somewhere? I don't think so. Man, the GUI icon class is... I totally forgot about it. I need to go and complete that thought at some point. Because the GUI library has an icon class that was supposed to be sort of a way to load standard icons that have multiple sizes and stuff like that. But then I just forgot to work on it. So maybe we'll get back to that someday soon. We'll see. Anyways, I'm not exactly sure how these guys do get scaled right now, but it also doesn't really matter because it seems to work. So that's good. And I can't open them. I don't know why. But... oh, wait. They get scaled because of the thumbnail. The thumbnailing mechanism. So these are thumbnails. They're not... right, that's why it works. They're not the image loaded directly, it's the thumbnail. So the thumbnail generator will scale everything. That's why it works. So we can open these. Yes, that's good. I don't know. Maybe the quick show image viewer program is not working right. Anyways, this little brightening effect is so neat. I love it. So where can we look at some different icons? I guess this was a good place to look at the icons, actually. 32 by 32. Look at these guys lighting up. That's so nice. Look at this nice upscaled Hack Studio icon that Tibor made. So nice. I can't open it, but it doesn't matter because it's full size. Anyway, let's see. So I wanted to, should we add more views? I guess we should do all the views really. So next one would be table view, paint event. So table view, where's the icon handling? Is, I guess here, if data is icon, then if, what's the index? Cell index. So if cell index is hovered index, should check it for validity too, is valid, and lit brightened. Okay. Let's see if that works. I think we might just get it for free here. All we need to do is just update the painting code in each view. Wouldn't that be nice? Switch to this guy and look at that. But it would be nice if when you hover over here, then it would also light up the icon. Instead of, like, because if I click here or click here, the result is the same, it selects this thing. So I feel like to indicate interactivity, it would be good if it would light up even if I'm here. I think I would like that a little bit better. So because the index, in this case, in table view, the index has a row and a column, and both of them are relevant. So we can't only look at the cell index. I think we have to check if cell index row is the same as hovered index row. So I'm not 100% sure that this behavior is generally what you would want, but I'm gonna go with it for now because I like it in this context. Maybe we shouldn't always light them up, but I feel like here this just feels so right. Very, very nice. Okay, so then let's do the tree view. Tree view, paint event. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Where are you? Here. So if, this one is called index. So if index, or if hovered index is valid and hovered index, I guess this is hierarchical data in a tree, so we have to check the index and the hovered index have the same parent, and that the hovered index row is the same as the index.row. Yes. I wonder if, is there a way that you could ask if somebody is a sibling of another index? Do we have something like sibling? Sibling. We do have some sibling stuff, but we don't have like is sibling of. So a sibling would be, sibling is anyone who has the same parent, but that wouldn't be good enough here because it would need to be a sibling and have the same exact row number. So I'm just not going to go there messing with that right now. We'll just write out this kind of long, awkward comparison instead. So here we can just do things this way, else do things that way. And then we also got the columns view, Sergey's baby view, which is, I think, the last remaining view. Maybe we should check that this worked actually. This code feels kind of like it's full of duplication, and there's probably ways to improve code sharing here. I just didn't look into it super much. So these guys are, oh, look at that. How nice is that effect? Man, that is so nice. I love it. Okay, so then the columns here, let's fix that one up too. So where's the index? Here. If we have a hovered index and the hovered index has the same parent as the index and the hovered index row is index row, then my friend, Blit brightened. Okay. I think maybe we got all of them. Let's see if this one works right. Columns here, look at them brighten up. Oh, we died. Why did we die? Why did we die? We're asking parent on something and it crashes. Well, maybe file system model does not handle parent index super well. I don't really want to dig into that, but maybe I have to. File system model, parent index. What happened? We had a read from recently freed memory in file system model node index. So is this a raw pointer? Yes, it is. I don't remember at all how this works. Okay, I don't want to get into debugging this right now because I actually have to go and pick some stuff up. So we are just gonna see how can we avoid this. How can we avoid this problem? Maybe we can make this. Can we make this into a weak putter? Does this guy know his children? Yes, he does know his children. So we can do something like this at least to see if this helps. So for auto child in children. I mean, they'll be destroyed, actually. So, because they're owned by this guy. So it shouldn't matter. Wait, so which one was actually broken? Okay. Dang it. I don't want to debug this. Was it just totally broken? Let's see. Or it was only when I would try to open something. Ploop. So it works if I just open stuff like that. Why does it update the model when I do that? So weird. I'm sure there's some reason for it. Oh, this is so strange too. I feel like you should be able to scroll the column independently of the whole view feature request. Oh, maybe it's the thumbnailing that causes the reload. So if I, let's see, let's go in here and just double click on this guy. That's what crashes. Okay, so we are gonna tolerate this, and whatever the bug is will be a fix me, because sometimes you have to tolerate bugs, and we'll just make a bug report about it instead. GUI. Brighten item view. Items, brighten icons when hovering them. Hovering their items in item views. Yeah. Abstract view classes now track their hovered item and paint them with a slightly, paint them in a slightly brighter shade to liven up the user interface. Yeah, I think we can just put it that way, and then we should make a bug report about, maybe I'm already logged in here, actually. Let me see, just opening it on my second monitor here. Oopsie doopsie. And let's make a bug about this, so we don't forget. Lib GUI, I guess. Columns view. Crashy when opening, double clicking a directory in File Manager. This may also, the problem is probably maybe in file system model. I haven't looked terribly closely. To reproduce, open res in the file. And then let's make a nice list here. Activate the columns view mode in File Manager. Open res. Double click the icons directory in the column view. And let's just see that that makes sense. So we have the columns view here, go to res, double click icons, crashes. All right, that's good. And I guess we can also bring in the stack trace. Here we go. So, and then we will, Sergey is always asking me for people to CC him. So here's your CC, Sergey. And then we will say that this is a bug, and boom. Okay, that's very nice. I think we'll push it there. Otherwise, he's not going to get the same crash if he looks into it now. So that's pretty cool. I'm really happy with where this ended up, and I think it really does liven up the interface. I'm just doing a full build here just to test everything out. But unless there's some shocking development and something just totally doesn't work, I think this will be the end of today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out while we polish the user interface a little bit. It's been a while, and it's important to do this kind of stuff, because if you don't polish your stuff, then it starts to decay, and we have to take the time to do this kind of stuff. And there are some other folks who work on the system together with me who have been spending a lot of time on polishing lately, and there's some really nice stuff coming out of it. So I am really happy that there are other people working on polishing stuff when I'm not doing it, because then even if I'm doing some specific thing, then stuff still gets nicer. So it's really cool. Look at how nice this is. Very, very cool. Okay, well, that's clearly super awesome, and I love it, and that'll be the end of the video. So thank you for watching. Hope something was interesting. And I will see you next time. Bye.